little recap and tell them exactly who we're dealing with here today. This may ring a few bells for some people right here.
Ooh, line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field. But everybody's staying home.
God.
Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house. Wearing number 3. And nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs!
All right, here we go. Let's lock this in. All right, you want to go over some tape? Here goes the punt return. All right, let's go and take a look at the tape. At this point, what is a punt returner thinking? Your eyes are still up in the air. You still got some guys close in proximity. But Joe Adams, this is an all day, I'm going to try to make something happen.
First thing I was thinking was make sure my corners are not too tired to where they could pick up their gunners.
Yeah.
Because if the gunner get down there too fast, I'm going to have to fair catch it.
Yeah.
But this was senior night, and it was the first time I touched the ball, so I definitely.
This was the first time you touched the ball?
Yeah, it was the first time I touched the ball.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let's keep it rolling. So it gets to a point, right? This is where it gets interesting. So we get to this point right here. All right, you can see you're looking at the guy right in front of you. You got these guys in Tennessee. They're all circled in white, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the Arkansas players in red. The only problem is you would want those guys on the other side of the Tennessee players. That's not what's going on. So you're a punt returner. What are you thinking when you see this?
Okay, it's a right return. I'm expecting all my guys to be in front, but I see it's orange and white, like you said.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, in practice, I've ran around a lot in practice.
Yeah.
Punt return, I used to make the punt team very mad because I used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
So I was in good shape. So I figured, I was like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut back and then take it across the field. But when I cut back,
hold on, I got you. All right, let's get there. All right, so Joe gets to this point. All right, he decides to go ahead and step over there. He's cutting back. You can see right here, he's looking. It still don't look good, but he says, all right, let's go the wrong way. This is where coaches start losing their mind, thinking
the Reggie Bush in me.
Yeah, he's going the wrong way. And then you freeze it right here. Everyone, if they were to bet on this, they'd probably bet you done messed up.
Yeah, you tackled.
You could probably hear Coach Petrino on the sideline probably cussing you out right now.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets interesting. So you get to this point, you break down right here, and then you pull this move off. And if we pause it right here, not only do you have these 3 guys on you, you have 3 more guys that all have an angle on you. What are you thinking at this point?
Well, I mean, the way I play, I try to take away angles on tackles so you can never just have a square shot at hitting me. So if you coming in full speed, I'm gonna make a move right before you tackle me. So you never just hitting me with your full strength. So it's probably like 50. So
okay, there has to be an ounce of you at this moment that thinks, "Oh crap, I made the wrong decision."
No. Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
That definitely was not what I was thinking. I was thinking score a touchdown.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So we're locked in. Still doesn't look very promising. And look, I'm going to go ahead and keep this rolling right here. So we get to this spot. All right. You can see all the guys on Tennessee kind of behind you right now, all on the ground. That's called putting them in a blender. All right. But you still have this guy with the angle on you. Now that you got rid of all that, you realize you're still on your feet. What's next?
Well, I was trying to go to the sideline. I was actually looking at, I can't remember who it was there, but I was trying to tell them to block this guy right here. And they actually, I mean, after I had kind of returned a couple early in the year, the punt return teams started taking it serious. So they was out there headhunting more than I was on the return. So they was trying to get their brick shirt.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So we keep this rolling right here. You get past all those guys.
If you go back and pause it, if you go back and look, the one that I was telling you about, Ross Rasner,
Ross Rasner, yep.
He made about 3 blocks on this play.
Right there. You see him right here, yep.
So if you can go back and look, he's on the sideline getting off a knee, and he goes and dives.
He's number 35.
He goes and dives and makes another block.
Yep. So he gets a nice little block right here.
Himself the whole game.
Ross Rasner, one of the best special team players. Now, after all that, all right, you're still in a spot where you still should not score a touchdown. And when it comes to angles, they have every single angle on you. You got guys pursuing you from behind. The sideline is a defender. You still got 2 guys in front of you. Joe just doesn't care, puts his foot in the ground, and then you can see the rest of the magic happening. And this is what's fun, all right? This is what I think is special, all right? Because you got a whole lineup of Tennessee players behind you. You're looking ahead. Now you got the blockers because you made all that happen. But still at this point, these other guys have been trying to catch up to you this whole time, and they're running full speed. One would imagine you would be gassed at this point. But then Joe had another gear. Talk about how hard it was in the offseason with Coach Petrino that had you ready for this moment not to run out of gas.
To be honest, Fridays was full metal Fridays.
Oh, God.
He made sure he was going to kill you to where you didn't want to go out on the weekend. And then Monday, he was going to make sure that if you did go out on the weekend, he was going to get it out of you. So, we ran so much, and that was just conditioning. We're not even talking about the receivers, quarterbacks. We did, between the receivers and the quarterback, we probably had the most meetings with each other as a group more than any group on the team.
All right, let's continue as we run right here. Joe does what Joe does. He scores touchdowns, but this is what's fun. So, like I said, we have a really good relationship with our strength staff, all right? So, if you look at the two guys highlighted, the one on the right is Coach Stewart, all right? Yep. We call him Stu. He's awesome. Great wife, great family, super strong. I see his workout videos. Absolutely love him. He'll do anything for you. The one behind him is Coach Sharp. Coach Sharp was borderline psychotic. He was a psychopath, all right?
Made you want to fight him.
He made you.
But you love him.
You loved him? But
after you realized that he was trying to make you better.
Yeah. But he knew how to get under your skin, and he knew how to get it out of you, all right?
That was one of the reasons
so
I want to leave.
The thing about these strength coaches, their job is to make sure that everyone stays back, because if an official comes on the field and bumps one of the players, they throw a flag, the play comes back. All right. So their job, but you can see everyone was so lost in the moment. And you got to think Coach Sharp was one of the meanest, in your face. Don't be soft. You better be a man about it. I didn't realize this until I was watching this today. Do you even know what he did right here?
Oh, no. I seen him chasing me, and Coach Stewart had to
He chases you, yeah. So you can see he jumps into Coach Stewart's arms, you know?
Coach Stewart knew because he didn't want Coach Peter to cuss him out.
He jumps into his arms. I mean, I just think that's so funny seeing Coach Sharp in that phase, who is always so locked in. But he saw one of his guys that has grinded from day one. He was a freshman on campus. Have a moment like that, he lost himself. And I think that was so special about that team, is like it wasn't just players who like the players, the coaches, the staff, administration, from top to bottom. We all had one common goal, and that common goal was to win, but we just wanted the best for one another. So
I think this was kind of missing too.
Yeah, it's missing.
Coach P had a lot of the younger guys that they were around 20-something, because he was Sharp and his brother.
Yeah.
And it was Coach Butler.
Yeah.
Coach
Stewart.
Yeah. So all those guys formerly had just played.
Yeah.
So they knew where we were gonna go through our meeting. So it's kind of like the guy, they don't have that there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could tell them and show them, this is what y'all gonna go through, and this how you supposed to do, and all that. I think that's one of the parts that's missing for them.
All right. Let's keep it rolling. So that's the Tennessee breakdown. But if you know Joe, he was more than just a one moment type player. He did this every weekend. All right. And so you fast forward, and I will say on that play, we're going to let this one run. And what I noticed on that play, Joe did most of the work. All right. Let's keep it real. You put the team on your back on that one, and Houdini's wearing number 3. All right. Everybody knows the phrase. But then you get to the Cotton Bowl. Joe scores another touchdown. Let's go ahead and run this back. And this is what's special, because when you have guys like Joe that have that capability, and they know that Joe is going to try to score at all times, then your teammates start doing a little extra too. They know if I get back and I hustle a little bit more, Joe can maybe take it to the house. Yep. If I just give it all I have. This is Ross Rasner. Yep. You just talked about him. Watch this clip right here. You talk about sacrificing your body, laying it all out, literally jumps, turns his back to this blocker because he doesn't want to get a penalty, lays out because he's thinking, if I do this, Joe has a good shot of taking it to the house.
That was okay. So, like we might have mentioned that Jericho was always the first guy back. So he was gonna be the first guy I was looking for on punt.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna get whichever direction we're going, and I'm looking at him to see how tired he is, and I know that I got a chance to return tonight.
Yeah.
So I would tell Jericho, make sure you pick up the first one. And then him and Ross had got real tight because Ross was like baby Jericho. So Ross just kind of fell in line, and it was like I had 2 assassins that was just looking to knock somebody out.
That's awesome and special to have, but we keep going. And the thing is, too, like I said, people start to buy in and they start to do more because they know at any point in time it could be a touchdown. I think we lacked that a little bit when it comes to effort on the Razorbacks team right now. But then you get that block, and then you get another block. Jerry Mitchell right there gets a block for you. Then you got Jericho gets a block for you. You got everybody getting blocks for you. And then this is the part. Usually you don't get blocks this far downfield, but people know not to give up on a play when Joe Adams has the ball. You get that block right there. So you have one play where you did it all by yourself. Now, obviously, you did a thing as well as doing Joe Adams things, but now everybody's bought in and doing something special. All right, now, before I show this clip, I don't know how well y'all know Joe. Joe believes that he could play every position on the football field.
I would.
Coach
would have let me. I would have been playing cornerback too.
Joe used to bug Coach Petrino day in and day out that he wanted to play both ways. All right, you wanted to play corner.
I wanted to play corner. I wanted to play running back.
Yeah,
I wanted to get just a couple passes.
Yeah, so that's exactly what Joe got, except playing defense, which Joe could have if he wanted to. So let's go ahead and pull this play up right here. This is Joe throwing the ball. Now, Joe was a quarterback in high school as well. We went to high school together, and this was something Joe would always do special. So this is to Casey Dick. Yeah, a nice little reverse double pass right here. So easy on the money. Joe's left-handed as well, by the way. And then you also complained about you wanted to be a running back, so they put you at running back, and then Joe does this. But before we get to this play, I want to point out Chris Gregg. He's a tight end, University of Arkansas. I think he's up there in Northwest Arkansas coaching.
No, he actually just left last season. He's in Dallas.
Okay,
South Oak Cliff.
Okay, he's Oak Cliff doing his thing.
Yep.
But I want you to take a mental note of Chris Gregg right here, and then we're going to keep playing. All right. Notice he is away from the play. All right. But let's keep this rolling. Joe gets the toss. We got to get a shout out to Kiero Small, one of the best fullbacks in Arkansas history. Lead blocking. We practice this all the time.
Love running behind him.
He makes it easy for you too. And,
very easy.
And he's a guy that he's going to hit his spot. He's going to throw at this guy's legs, get him out the way. And it's still at this point, right? You think these guys still have an angle on Joe, but then there's something called speed, and they just don't have speed like Joe Adams. He hurdles Kiero, keeps going, and then look at Chris Gregg. Remember I showed you he was on the opposite side of the field? Mm-hmm. This is what it means when teams and players are bought in for him to get all the way to the opposite side and get this block because he knows Joe has the ability to do something special. I couldn't tell you how many times I watched film this past year, Joe, where we were just one block away from a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had 6 wins and then went to a bowl and got 7 wins. One block away from a few of those games that we lost could change everything. And so it's good seeing this type of stuff on tape. And it's shocking to me in a Petrino offense that you have some guys not getting backside blocks. What do you think that's about?
I don't know what to say about that. They might need to call me and get me up there so I can
get you up there, coach, a little bit.
So I can get on them like Coach P used to get on us.
Yeah,
that's one thing. If you're gonna be on the field, you're gonna block. So
yeah,
and I mean, like you say, that one block could be what could stop or what could score a touchdown.
Yeah,
and we always want to make sure we not gonna be the one on film not blocking. So.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling. And y'all know what happens after this. That's called speed. And then, he just picks up speed. At this point, you could probably throttle down.
I was throttling down. I could.
Oh, you were? I could have. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Here's another one, Joe. Sorry about the tape right here. Couldn't find good quality. Shot from Ryan Mallett. And then once again, we showed a punt return. We showed you throwing a touchdown. We saw you rushing a touchdown. And then now we see you catching the ball. Another situation. 3 guys all on Joe. Joe, you just don't like to go down. What's this about? Look at this. This should be an easy tackle. Throw the guy off you. Let's take it to the crib for a touchdown. What's this about?
I'm here to score touchdowns, not get tackled.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Don't like down. Now, you were the special teams player of the year, not just in the SEC, but also All-American punt returner. And, Joe, you just had a different gear. And I'm just showing this because I think people need to be reminded just how special you were. I mean, poor little number 12. I mean, what are you thinking at this moment looking at him?
Lunch. Like a one-on-one, I can't get tackled in the open field.
No, I don't think you ever did get tackled one-on-one in the open field.
I mean, I try to make an emphasis. So.
Do you ever see their eyes just get big like, oh, hell?
Yeah, because I mean, you can't if you slow down and make one false move, I'm just gonna run around you. So
God, this dude's special, y'all. Now we could work on ball security.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it slide.
You're right.
I notice.
And I be on my kids about that now.
You be on them? Yeah, now, it's different because it's hard for people like you because you're so good. You remind me of LaShawn McCoy, running back for This dude had the ball in here like a loafer, but it was so much better than everyone else.
It's like that basketball. How you cuff it, how you cuff the ball sometimes.
But that's another thing to sleep on. Joe, as good as he is at football, this dude can hoop.
Hey kids, do not make sure you got that ball secure.
Yeah, high and tight, right?
High and tight.
High and tight. All right, let's keep it going though. He didn't stand a chance. Another one right here, just Joe setting up his blocks, just always making it difficult for defenders. Another one right here, eyes down the field, trying to figure out what's his next move. And what was special about Joe, whenever he did this right here, he would plant that foot. He was out of the house. I mean, he saw what was coming, and he just had some of the best acceleration than anyone else in the country. He'd plant that foot, and he was gone. These people didn't stand a chance trying to catch him after this. Watch this little swag, a little look at the camera. I mean, you talk about, come on, man. Look at my guy right here. Yeah. And then, all right, now this is this is a funny one. A lot of people ask me about this. Go ahead and tell people what's about to come on this one.
All right, so what happened was I had already returned one early in the game.
Yeah, already had a punt return on this one?
Yeah, this is
okay.
The second one. This close to the end of the game.
Jeez.
And Marquell Wade, he was a freshman. He was the next up and coming.
God.
So it was.
I could talk about Marquell Wade for an hour.
Right. You know, normally I'm telling coach I'm the only punt returner back there, but I don't need nobody else.
And then he came to campus.
He wanted to do two people back there, so I could try to show him the ropes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to step back without just going up there and returning everyone. So I'm like, it's your turn to return it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. He was like, all right, I got it. And I guess when it was just so loud. I wouldn't say he wasn't ready for the moment, but he didn't go up and attack the ball like you supposed to go up and get it.
All right.
And so I'm watching them. I'm like, and coach, I always preach do not let the ball hit the ground because you either fair catch it or try to get a return.
Yeah.
You'll lose yards.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to show him don't let the ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
Lose yards. So I just went in and attacked the ball.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
To set myself up the whole time because I would have just went up there probably fair caught.
Okay. So that is called miscommunication, which is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
All right.
I told him before. Before they even kicked, I said, "This is your return.
This is you."
Yeah. So I just stepped back.
Man, all right.
And then when they kicked it, he didn't attack it. So I'm like, all right, I'll go get it then.
All right. So this is what happens. Joe, this is what you called muffs this punt. Tries to catch it and it bounces. He gets there late. And you can see right here, the ball bounces. I know it's not a good angle, but you can see this player had a chance to recover it, but he misses, and him missing.
The thing, let me tell you about that.
Oh, what you got?
I knew he was going for the ball. I was just trying to knock him off of being able to recover it. That's why he missed it. You see it? I nudged him.
Okay.
And I was trying to give Wade another chance.
You try to give another chance.
If the ball, if you go up to return it, and you knock the guy off the ball, I need to come get the ball, right?
You're right. That's how it works.
So I'm thinking, all right, it is still.
But now he's still kind of sitting back.
Yeah.
And then so you're like, hold my beer. Let me go and take care of this real quick.
I got to pick it up.
I get it. All right. So that's exactly what happens. You can see right now, Joe.
Now look at Wade. He's running right there beside me.
So Joe picks it up right here. And so at this point, this is where coaches are on the sideline just saying, fall on it. End the disaster. Let's not make this any worse than what it needs to be. But Joe Adams is on the field, and he ain't trying to hear that, all right? So he scoops this ball up. He starts one way, says, okay, let's try this other way, goes all the way across field, and then he looks inside. Okay, let's go back to the other side of the field. And then at this point, Joe is just like,
I was in track mode.
Track mode on this one. Another touchdown. I mean, you talk about special, y'all. It's been a long time since we had a guy like Joe. I don't know if we've had one like you. Since you left. And look at that crowd. Man, it's been a long time since it's felt like that in Razorback Stadium. Another one right here. As soon as he plants that foot, what did I tell y'all? Joe is at the house against Ole Miss. I mean, every time Joe had the ball in his hands, it was something special. I mean, y'all out listening right now, was it not just fun watching this guy Joe Adams play, man? I mean, tell me all about it. It was special. Joe takes me back, man. I wish we could get back to it, man. So